Welcome everyone to another episode of Evil Plotcast. And today we are gonna be talking about the newest announced boxes of Villainous and a couple of their controversies. Today I am MetaCross, I am joined by a very nervous one.
I'm a very nervous one today.
Jarek Socks.
We are back.
And Loki Gal.
Hey, hello. Do you have time to talk about Lord and Savior Chernobog? I always wanted to say that. Hey, what's up, y'all?
Awesome.
I'm ready.
So, there are, at this moment, 3 new boxes announced and coming this year. Mm-hmm. The first of them is Success at Any Cost, which includes 2 characters, Ernesto de Cruz and Prince Hans.
Yeah.
We also have Darkness Brewing, which will come, I believe, the same day.
That's correct.
Yep.
Which includes 3 old characters, Maleficent, Ursula, and Evil Queen. Plus the newest addition to Villainous, which are the Sanderson sisters.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't want to get any repeats of the other characters, you can get in a standalone box in...
We don't know.
Come we fly. Come we fly.
All.
Yes.
In Come we fly.
That's what it's
Yeah.
So, to begin this discussion, we're gonna be talking about Success at Any Cost, which we have already seen a couple of promotional images, which let us see the realms, the cards, and some very interesting mechanics regarding these characters.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
So first of all, this box's theme is how do you call them? Plus twist villains.
Watch those phones up.
2
Ernesto de Cruz, which comes from Coco, and Prince Hans, which you guys probably don't know him if you don't see the picture, but he's the villain in quotes from Frozen.
in quote.
Yep. They are known as twist villains. I guess we're gonna talk a lot about twist villains.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot.
So,
There's a lot here. That's all.
first of all, what do you guys think about these 2 new characters?
I'm pretty excited for Ernesto, honestly, because I think he's such a good character. He's so well written. I would say he's very well written, and I was thinking after I saw it, I was thinking, if they put him in a Villainous game, it would make so much sense for him.
Yeah. Honestly, though, with these 2 new villains coming, definitely Ernesto's definitely gonna be my go-to. I definitely would like to try out Hans as well, even though I'm not that much of a huge Frozen fan, but I am very, very pleased with how this box is going to be turning out with 2 plot twist characters.
Yeah, I'm obviously very excited for this box. New characters are always good. In terms of the actual selections here, Prince Hans, whatever, I accepted he was coming to the game a long, long time ago, and he does look good. I have no doubt that he's going to be fun to play, especially with this, with the mechanics we're looking at. I think he's bad within the movie, but, he'll be fun. Ernesto is interesting to me because within the movie, I really like him. I think he's very cool. Within the game, I really like what I'm seeing so far. I think he's going to be a ton of fun. I always thought he was going to be a good natural addition. My surprise with him comes from the fact that he's going to be the 3rd Pixar villain in the game, and he would have been my 4th guess as the 3rd one to join after Syndrome and Lotso. I frankly would have thought that a Monsters Inc. villain, and Hopper and Otto and Charles Muntz were all going to be in the game before Ernesto. Not that I'm complaining. It's just surprising to me.
Yeah, I would have expected Mordu from Brave, but that's a lot of layers they can do because that's like it's a big bear. Plus, like it's
it's just a bear.
a ton of like mythos. There's not a lot that you could build on that.
Yeah, but that's just the selections without getting into nitty-gritties.
Yeah, to me, this book surprised me a lot because although the most classic villains from Disney have pretty much already been represented in the game, there are only a couple of villains left from the classic Disney films.
Yeah.
I still feel like there are a lot of villains that you would have added before these two characters. I'm not complaining about this because I like Ernesto La Cruz, I like Coco. I don't care about Hans, but yeah, I for Prince Hans, I believe they added him not because he's an iconic villain or a good villain, but just because Frozen is very famous and very popular.
Oh yeah.
So it's not that much that they are adding Prince Hans, and it's more that they are adding Elsa and Anna to the game. Although Ernesto La Cruz, as you mentioned, he was not my first nor my second or third pick for the next Pixar villain, because we still have Waternoose from Monsters Inc. We have the Chef Skinner was his name?
Skinner, from Ratatouille.
Skinner from Ratatouille, yes, that was the other one. Yeah, we have Skinner.
From Ratatouille. We also have Hopper. Lots of classic Pixar villains that you would have expected before Ernesto La Cruz. I still like Ernesto La Cruz, to be honest, because I like Coco and well, he's still a pretty nice villain.
Yeah.
That's really good.
The kind of curse hanging over these two is that we all know that Disney likes to find one thing that works and then drive it into the ground and make everybody sick of it. It's why the Renaissance ended, because Disney found out musicals worked and drove it into the ground. And in the early 2010s, they found out that twist villains worked, and then they didn't work. So Prince Hans was kind of the harbinger of that. And Ernesto was one of the last ones in that era for them. So we are kind of left with a lot of villains in that time who are definitely beloved by people, and that's wonderful for you guys, but for the most part seem to have been seen as complete nothing burgers or active detriments to their films. But obviously Prince Hans gets a pass for A, being the first one, and B, being from Frozen. He's going to get a pass on so many levels with that. And from what I see is usually the one people are like, yeah, no, he could have worked. And Ernesto's probably the one that the most people, other than King Candy's weirdness, that the most people are like, no, that was a legitimately good twist villain. Even if he had every hallmark of one of the bad ones.
Yeah. It always in terms of like, it's a lot in the lines of writing a villain, I will say. So like Ernesto, for example, he's a good example of a twist villain because you kind of see it right the first clue. Like if you look at this character more and more, you kind of just think, oh, okay, it's probably not this one person that you think is the good guy. It's actually something else, and you start to question it. Whereas with Hans, you never questioned if he was a good person, if he was like a villain. You always thought that, oh, he's like an ally in a way or so. And then it's like, surprise, he's actually the villain. It's like, what was supposed to lead up to that?
Got time to lead
what was that? There was like no build up or anything like that.
The biggest thing for me is just that the biggest thing for me is the reveal and how they act before and afterward. Hans feels like a completely different person before and after the twist. Ernesto feels like the same guy. It's just that now all of that charm, all of that handsomeness makes you want to punch him in the face. I
Yes.
think Ernesto's great as a
Definitely.
villain. I think Hans is really bad as a villain, but I think both are genuinely excellent selections for Disney Villainous.
Yeah.
Yeah, the funny thing about Prince Hans is that in the actual film, Elsa acts sort of like the villain for most of the film.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's the one that causes
Pretty
the
much.
conflict. She's the one that, like, she's in her evil castle waiting for the protagonist.
Yeah.
Early concepts, though, she was written as a villain, but
Yeah.
when they heard the song "Let It Go" and like how they did this for Elsa and all that, they were like, "Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna work." But yeah, in early concepts of the movie Frozen, Elsa was going to be the villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
And
Prince Hans,
Yeah.
I always felt like the movie didn't really need Hans to work.
Oh, absolutely.
You had enough of a complete conflict between the two sisters for a movie. So when the twist happened and it was revealed that, oh yeah, I'm evil, I was evil all along, and then Anna is like, you won't get away with this. The first thing I thought was, you won't get away with what? You haven't done anything in the whole movie.
You never did a dang thing at all. What are you talking about?
He didn't do. Yeah, Hans
Exactly.
didn't do a damn thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you good for? Running a franchise to the ground.
Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about the movie itself because like everybody's already talked about Frozen. A lot of people I talk to are very just sick of Frozen. But yeah, no, Hans doesn't work for me. You could have written him out easily or had a more, hey, no, there is this genuinely nice guy that I met and thought I liked, and now Kristoff is better. It doesn't have to be he's the twist villain for the movie to work. Does the
Yeah,
movie
it doesn't
Yeah.
have to work that way.
Yes, but Hans is not one of the elements that makes it work. He's one of the elements that makes me hesitate so much when I say yes.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I was almost
Again-
expecting the Duke of Wesselton to be there because he's such a good, like, he had villain vibes all throughout. And when it's like, oh no, he's not the main villain or all that, Hans is, and it's like, what's the purpose of the Duke here? Is just to stir the pot? Like, what's going on?
I am fine with twist villains. I do want to say that. I've already been singing Ernesto's praises this whole time. I think he's a really well-written villain. I think the twist is handled very well. I think he's a great concept for a villain. Just an asshole who did one bad thing one time got incredibly rich and famous off of it to the fact that to the point where his ego got so inflated he put the murder he did into a movie. Like Ernesto's
Yeah,
such a spectacularly dumb but well-written villain that I don't know, he really works for me. And we were talking about Waternoose from Monsters Inc. I think he is the absolute gold standard for what a twist villain should be.
yes, you kind of have those. You get the clues. It's like, okay,
Oh, yeah.
there's something going on. Like
Oh.
if you look into the characters, how they're written, and then like how much of a development there is, you're like, okay, this is something bigger than what we thought it was.
But I also don't want to sit here and rant about Frozen for another 30 minutes. I've said my piece. Hans is fine, and I'm glad he's in the game. His art is already looking ripped straight out of the movie, but that's totally fine, and it looks really, really good. And like it looks like he's gonna be gorgeous. And his mover, oh my goodness, that's good.
Oh
Holy
yeah, the
crap,
movie
yes.
is top tier, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Ernesto's definitely got my
sweet,
favorite
but it
one.
also looks like
Ernesto's great.
how do you call them? Margarita glass?
Yeah,
Oh,
a martini glass. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Martini,
yeah,
martini.
yeah.
Yeah, wrong alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Ernesto's gorgeous. I wonder if they're gonna make him a more like bone white for the standard edition, because this is the Target exclusive. This marigold yellow and
Orange, yeah. Remember
Yeah, the
orange color, yeah.
ombre. Marigold ombre, yeah. That's my guess. Because if they're gonna be bone white, add some sheen to it. Like add some sort of sheen to it to give it that Dia de los Muertos aesthetic.
yeah, that is my nip. Because like obviously right now we don't have much to talk about with them other than the aesthetics. And I do wish that they kind of switched what they were doing with Ernesto, assuming we're going orange for the mover. I kind of wish it had been a light orange realm with a white mover, because or at least make the white that they're doing with his realm an off-white color, because as is, it doesn't look great to me. I feel mean saying that, but like it just looks painted, you know? And that's probably just contrast with what I'm used to, and I will likely feel a lot more positive about it once I'm seeing Ernesto with my other villains. But it looks a little weird, and I wish they had gone with a more grayish white.
For me, I really like how his realm looks. I really like the white, especially because that's a color that I would not have expected for a realm. And they actually had to make his villain deck black.
Yeah.
For it to work, because obviously we know the fate cards are supposed to be white.
Yeah. Even on the front of his villain cards, they did keep it that grayish black. Kind of similar to Pete.
That is a good thing.
So I kind of like it because, well, he's a skeleton, so his realm is white. Although orange maybe will have worked, although Scar is already orange, so maybe...
That is the other thing, we have a lot of orange villains.
Somebody joined?
Oh, we're recording, by the way, Soul. This is not this is a podcast, by the way, Soul. So yeah, all right.
So yeah, also something very interesting about Hans' realm is that when you look at the promotional images, you see that his realm is a sort of dark blue color, royal blue. But then on the back of the box, we saw that the realm was more of a sky blue type of color, like
lavender,
more resembling the sky or ice. And it turns out that Prince Hans has a double-sided board.
Yep.
Yes.
That is true. Yeah.
That is a very, very exciting prospect. And it looks like the alternate side of his board is going to be way more powerful. I'm seeing 3 bottom row, 1 top row actions at every visible location. So that looks like it's going to be a ton of fun, if a bit of a pain to, take all the cards off, flip it over, and then put them all back on. But even so, it looks really exciting to handle. I am very disappointed that it means we're not going to get a villain quote.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty sad.
Yeah. It's not like that's the lifeblood of Villainous, but it is such a little thing. Every villain has their nice realm quote to talk about, that it's really disappointing that that's not gonna be a thing. The closest we've gotten to an answer for what it would have been is If Only There Were Someone Out There Who Loved You, which, C tier. Like, it is his biggest quote and probably his best one, but I can't really say that to an opponent at the beginning of the match and watch them tremble in fear. So, you know.
Yeah.
We're
We're recording
that's the
so
problem with choosing someone like Hans for a villain.
Yeah. But man, a double-sided realm, that's going to be really interesting.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He's also got a move a hero action. Haven't seen that in a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Evil Queen the
everything's
last time.
bigger and better, I suppose.
Yeah, Madame Mim was the last one.
Oh, Madam.
Yep.
You know, in addition to everything else about her realm. And there was he's got the weird frozen ring tokens that Elsa's gonna interact with in some way.
Oh yeah, that's
so
very interesting.
yeah, there's little blue, like I'm looking at a picture on Target. There's little blue, like little shade sky blue tokens. Yeah.
Because his objective is, what was it, defeat Elsa at a frozen location, was it?
Elsa and Anna.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't-
Defeat Elsa and Anna at fully frozen locations. And Elsa does interact with the ring tokens somehow I think it's like Prince Hans cannot perform actions that something ring token on them. So I wonder if the ring tokens are going to like prevent him from performing actions, or if it's like, hey, when there's one at every location, that's when you flip your realm. I don't know. How are they gonna handle that? How are they gonna handle that without making it repetitive with Shere Khan's fire? So
well, considering the fact that they are hollow, they don't cover the whole action, there's a chance you will still be able to perform them.
I think you will be
Yeah,
able
that's what I was gonna say.
Elsa.
Because they are rings, they don't cover the whole action.
Yeah. Also looks really good. Yeah, Let It Go is a card, yeah. Duh.
I'm guessing it's like, if Elsa is not out, find and play her, probably.
It's through the hero in Prince Han's realm, something strength.
Ah.
That's Fate Effect, yeah.
Nail polish. So yeah, it looks really good.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how hard it's gonna be to flip the realm. I wonder if it's gonna be like the middle of his game, he's gonna be able to flip the realm, or whether it's gonna be like when you're at the end game, you gotta flip it. I wonder how much time you're gonna be spending on each side.
Yeah. I can't read the location names. I assume they're the same. But yeah, I wonder if this is like the frozen side, or by frozen location they mean with the ring tokens. I don't think that's the case, but
Yeah, I can sort of interrupt, but I think you can definitely read the first little bit of the first board. That's not frozen though.
yeah, we can at least see the fjord is Gothel's snuggly duckling, and
Yep. I think I can definitely say that the last one is the city on the left. Then you got the castle, and then probably on the far right is probably the mountain where Elsa's castle is.
yeah. So I do assume the same actions, and I think with the Arendelle Castle, it's the frozen fountain when Elsa's powers are first revealed.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing Hans is also gonna primarily use those strength tokens, because I don't really imagine Ernesto using strength tokens.
Same here.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Hans with the strength token. Like, okay, he needs to build up some power in any way to get to his goal.
Probably with Ernesto de la Cruz, he's gonna also use the strength tokens, but only maybe for one fate card. Maybe there's one fate card that says, play a hero, that hero gains one strength. And just so... Because in the last few boxes, they have made sure that each villain uses strength tokens. Even though in other expansions, maybe instead of using strength tokens, you will just have used maybe a fate item that you attach to the hero. For example, in King Candy, there's Penelope's medal.
Yeah.
The metal,
In
yeah.
any other expansion, that would have been an item that you attach to a hero.
I think.
But,
Sorry.
but with him, it's literally the only card in King Candy's deck that adds strength.
I think with King Candy, they specifically made it an effect that brings back that gives you the option to bring back a hero, so that you can't pull it with Vanellope and be forced to play Vanellope because there's not a hero out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works with that character. And I think that was a good idea for that. But in terms of like seeing it for other characters, it's like, okay, how is this build going to be done? Is this going to be detrimental to how other people are going to play it?
Since strength tokens have been introduced, I think the only attached card in a fate deck that just gives a hero strength is the Black Pearl for Davy Jones.
Yes.
And
Well, technically for Syndrome,
it's the
he
Black
can
Pearl.
play 0-point energy that reduces a hero strength by 2.
Yeah.
Hello, Barnaples. We're actually recording a podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
You're good.
Oh, I got
Okay. All right, cool.
We'll edit that out.
This is a podcast.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't want to join the podcast, Soul Hunter?
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Okay. So,
Also-
anyways, moving on.
One thing, just like a really small thing, I like the fact that Hans's piece looks like a chess piece almost.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
see that, yeah.
level
Yeah,
one,
it's very nice.
just I really
did-
like
Very elegant.
his guitar being the primary of his.
Yeah, I like
I
the
don't
fact
like
that they're
Ernesto's mover.
I like the fact that they utilize the fact that his guitar has a skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
God,
Mhm.
Plus the fact that he also, both Hans and Ernesto has a move hero action.
I don't see.
Yeah.
I don't. Ernesto doesn't have a move hero action. Only
Wait.
Hans does.
Ernesto's
Oh,
fun.
no,
thing.
that's a move item. It's
Yeah,
hard
that's
to
a move
see
an item or
how-
ally. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ernesto.
Yeah.
it's hard,
Item or
it's
move
hard to
item,
see
yeah.
with the white and yellow realm.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult, but I can see it.
Yeah.
Hans is a move hero action, but he doesn't have a move action. Ernesto has a move action, but he doesn't have a move hero action. It's kind of weird.
Oh, is Hans gonna have a Gaston problem?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Well, he has a move. He can move heroes to allies' locations. So
Yeah. Ernesto's big thing though is he has 3 different locations with double play a card on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
he
Yeah.
probably has a lot of cheap cards. I'm guessing.
Very interesting.
All-time record.
I'm guessing he's gonna have a lot of cheap cards then.
But I could see some pricey cards though.
Well,
The 2 we've seen so far both cost 2 power.
Security
but-
guards and
And whatever.
but 2 out of his 3 locations with power are both coverable.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty common though. But
Yeah.
there is the fact that the last location doesn't have any power. So, yeah, it could go anyway.
Yeah,
But
I
just
feel like you're
for-
only going to go to the plaza for the vanquish action and nothing else. No,
Well-
the mansion.
The home.
The Ernesto's home, yeah. hmm
Because
That's your only vanquish action.
Though,
yeah,
most
you're
important.
only going to go there for the vanquish, and I guess
But you do get a play at the bottom as well.
well, every has
Mhm.
a play at the bottom, which I'm a big fan of.
Yep. hmm
Hans has a top row vanquish action in addition to his regular bottom row vanquish. That is something I'm usually really mixed on because, like, it doesn't change anything too significantly, but a lot of the time it feels like a filler action to just throw in a second vanquish. The only one I can think of where it doesn't feel like that is Syndrome, maybe the Horned King. But like Gaston and Oogie Boogie both have so many ways to defeat heroes that it just feels like a waste of an action. So
Yeah, I agree.
Logia is one vanquish action only. Well, he has two. It's Huey. Yeah, he's two. It's Huey.
One in the lair,
he has
one
two.
in Halloween Town, along
Yeah, you're
with
two. Yeah.
and what have
That's right.
you.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gaston has his two, along with Bell is Mine, along with Hunter's Instinct.
Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, we've only seen one villain card for Hans that we cannot read because Ernesto's hat is too big.
Mhm.
But we can assume it's called Desperate for Love. And I think it allows him to perform an action covered by a hero or remove a ring token from Elsa's location. Or something like that. I'm not sure.
I can kind of see the a little bit of a I think it says adjacent because I see the T and the N and the E right here at the bottom, right by Ernesto's hat. It could be adjacent location this turn.
It also says if she is not, so it'll probably help you find Anna, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Possibly.
If Anna is not in your realm, remove something from Anna's location if she's not in your realm finder.
Could be something like that.
Mhm.
Ernesto, we've seen security guard, whatever it takes, and Miguel, who is a very powerful card for both sides, it looks like.
What did you say?
Ernesto, whatever it takes, are going to be powerful cards and self-security cards.
Yeah.
For Ernesto, yeah.
Ernesto needs to have all 6 photo cards face down.
Pretty much getting rid of the memory of
Hector,
of Mama Coco, yeah.
Hector.
Of Hector, yeah. Mama Coco, yeah.
With whatever it takes, flip a card. Yeah, flip a photo, I mean. Is the rest you play a card from your hand?
Yeah. And Miguel,
is he gonna get a card that gives him access to play more cards while having more player actions?
Please don't.
Yeah.
When Miguel is playing an entire column of photo cards, and it doesn't say face up or face down, so that's just going to be, just flip it to the other side. And then when Miguel's moved to a location that has an ally, you flip a photo card face down. If it has a hero, you flip one face up. So right off the bat, hey, if there's an ally and a hero, do you do both, or do you just not do anything? I assume
you probably do both, I suppose.
But that looks like it's going to be like a massive, like a big risk for enemies to play. And just a card you'll want to keep under control the entire time.
Nope.
The card backs look really good, of course.
Yeah. They're amazing, yeah.
Hans seems to be taken up by the Love is an Open Door number. And Ernesto's got the crushed bell down there. That's funny. That's always
Oh, I love that detail. I love that detail.
I always love seeing the new card backs.
Oh,
they're really nice.
I also want to say one nitpick, and that's the reference cards. I loved the change they made with Filled with Fright, where they actually gave you how to handle each action in addition to the action name. What I didn't like is that they took away the step-by-step and strategies on the back of the card. Now it's just so much wasted space, when before it was like, Yzma must, look through her fate decks and find Kuzco, play Kronk, and have him vanquish Kuzco. Opponents may want to play Chaka and Tipo to distract Yzma. Now it's just the same objectives on their realm with a lot of blank space around them. I really wish they didn't feel the need to do that. But I'm really excited for Success at Any Cost. I think it's a very natural and very good-looking addition. I'm more excited by seeing how Hans is going to work. Ernesto is just more of I can kind of see where this is going. It kind of feels like an improved Gaston, and I'm eagerly awaiting that. Hans, there's a lot of mystery and intrigue surrounding that.
One thing like a very tiny criticism is that Hans has been requested for Villainous forever, and he's not the focus on the box.
Yeah, I think that's.
Plus, I feel
Hans
like
doesn't really have an iconic figure.
Yeah, but
silhouette.
I feel like more people care about Hans than Ernesto. At least he's more iconic.
I feel the opposite. We were talking
same with me.
before about Hans just leaving an incredibly, to be generous, messy legacy. And
I guess it's just because he's from a way more famous movie.
Exactly. I think that's why he's, I guess you could say, more popular, but Ernesto is just one I've seen more positive feelings around. People are very polarized on my experience. I've seen a lot of this would be a perfect villain for the game, and a lot of I will not buy his expansion. I think that's a little silly, but I think Hans is more polarizing than anything, while Ernesto has been more so, yeah, no, that'd be good.
Yeah, plus he is one of the main reasons Disney got in that twist villain hell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Ernesto is actually refreshingly a good twist villain. Well,
yeah,
Yes. Again, it goes back to how twist villains are written, how they're made, how does like the reader or the audience, how do you know if it's a good twist villain? Look for clues along the way that lets you think and lets you actually, question yourself, is this actually a good person?
Yeah.
Or is this actually the villain?
Plus, he's way more realistically evil, I guess. He just... There's probably a real-life story that's very similar to his.
Oh, I'm sure. And I'm sure there's one we don't even know of.
Yeah.
But, that's a whole different conversation.
One thing I just find very funny, if you look at the box, just at the front page of the box, it might just be me, but it almost looks like Ernesto has a giant afro. With the way his hat is.
But it's too flat to...
I don't...
He just come across that way.
He reminds me of that, I forgot his name, but that skeleton guy from One Piece.
I've never seen
Brooke? Dead Bones Brooke?
Yeah, the skeleton guy with the afro. I've never watched One Piece, but...
I do appreciate... I wish that... I'm a little mixed on how they handled the silhouette on the front, because usually it is just the silhouette of the villain with maybe, one thing highlighted. I understand that would have been more difficult for Ernesto, so I appreciate how they handled the bones. Part of me wishes they left his face blank, for the sake of aesthetic, but, I don't know, it still looks really good.
I think the silhouette looks good, although it stands out too much when you compare it to the other boxes. Because of the white.
Yeah, but this is a special edition, so I'm guessing the normal edition doesn't have the whole orange bell thing.
It doesn't.
I don't really like the fact that you can see that his hands are covered by, and his legs are covered by the special edition stuff.
What, you don't like the one hand poking through the holes?
Yeah, I feel like the box actually looks way better if you see his whole silhouette.
I just love the sleeve too much.
Luckily, it's just a sleeve, so you can take it off. And I believe in the other boxes, the only difference between the Target edition and the normal editions is the sleeve, no? Regarding the box, I mean.
Yeah.
The box itself is the same.
Yeah. Plus, he might possibly have my favorite special edition mover. I like the orange and the red.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
I'm wondering how white the normal mover is gonna be, though.
Yeah, I was saying.
I think
yeah,
it'll just be white.
Yeah.
Because normally it matches the realm color, so...
the background on his villain portrait is so gorgeous.
I know! Holy crap!
Yeah.
Again, Coco's one of the most beautiful movies Pixar's ever put out visually. So
Mhm.
Mhm.
Hans's background looks fine.
Yeah,
I don't
It's
know.
alright.
The
a
people are-
white guy standing still.
As part Scandinavian, I want to deeply apologize for how they did Hans's background or anything like that. I deeply apologize. I am part Norwegian, and just looking at it, I was just like cringing a bit on the inside. I'm just like, okay.
Well, I
This
am
is not
full
good.
Norwegian, and I agree.
Thank you.
I don't need to apologize for Ernesto's background. He makes me proud.
Also, I just noticed something about Hans. Is it me or is it really weird that he wears purple pants?
I think it
me
looks
check.
very good. I
I
did.
don't
It's
think
a
it's
little bit
purple.
weird.
It's kind of like a different shade of kind of color.
I don't know why, but for some reason I just noticed that I don't really like his pants.
No, those are pretty accurate. Maybe a little paler in the original, but hey, it was 2013. It's gonna look more
I
washed out.
Yeah,
Or-
it was. They're supposed to be counted as like with royalty or something like that. But it's like, yeah, no.
Oh no, don't tell me Frozen is already 13 years old.
I think the thing with his pants is that more people immediately think of either the outfit he wears to the ball, which I think is all white, or the outfit he wears when he's out and about hunting down Elsa, which is like the warm stuff. So
Whenever I-
purple pants do throw me off at first, but like they're gorgeous, and purple is my favorite color, so I can't complain.
Yeah. I guess I didn't notice it till now because whenever I see him, I just look at his sideburns.
Yeah,
Mhm.
His move should have just been his head with giant sideburns.
That probably would have been made a little too weird.
Mm-hmm.
I did make all the villainous characters in Tomodachi Life, and unfortunately, they do not.
Yeah, really?
Oh boy.
Wait,
Did
when you
Gaston Kiss
when you-
syndrome? Or something?
there's
What's
something
that?
really.
Did Gaston Kiss syndrome or something like that?
No, but Cruella de Vil and the Evil Queen did just get married, and Captain Hook is dating Maleficent, and Yzma is dating Scar. Those are all
Awesome.
romantic updates so far.
Okay.
Isma because she turned into a cat at the end of the movie. She likes cats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 We see that again in Croc's New Groove, but it's like she's like gone like full like Theria, and she's got like the cat tail and all that.
She looks good. It's one
Mm-hmm.
of the better looking sequels. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
One thing I
Yeah,
noticed about
Presenting Pop good.
one thing I noticed about Ernesto's picture is that on the top left one, that's just blank space. It's a very tiny piece of what is his name? Hector's hair. Just a very tiny piece.
Mm-hmm.
I just find that funny.
Oh, jeez, yeah. That's funny.
A very tiny piece that rests this blank space.
Oh my gosh.
I do like that they separated it in the promotional art, both to show what's going on there and to, make it look similar to the movie. And also to slightly distract from the fact that even in the movie, Hector's head does not look right on that body. They put it on in the movie, and even as a kid, I was like, that's not Hector's body, that's Ernesto's body. You were
That's
trying.
somebody else.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
What
even
is
in the,
edible?
even in the flashback where he sings to Coco, his body is way thinner.
Yes!
Exactly.
It does not look right. It looks like he's wearing Ernesto's clothes at best, and at worst, it looks like Hector's head on Ernesto's body.
Oh yeah, it does. It totally does.
Yeah,
Not-
like even if you look at the hand, it looks too big to be Hector's. Ugh. Anyway,
Mm.
that's
Yeah.
like the
I-
one gripe, but it's funny.
I- Well, all right, let's keep it coming here.
Yes.
Mm.
The final thing I want to say about Success at Any Cost is that in this Target exclusive edition, they went with an orange that the orange from the cempasúchil flowers, which I
Yeah.
really like that detail
Hmm.
That's
because
really cool.
well, we use them a lot to decorate in the Day of the Dead.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
It is.
Coco was the first thing. It was the first way I even learned about the Day of the Dead or anything about Mexican culture. I can't stress enough how white my parents raised me, which is a shame. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm Hawaiian, so that was a shame. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
I do feel like with Ernesto, we're gonna. Well, every villain tends to have that one location which needs to be covered, and I feel like for Ernesto, it's gonna be the bridge.
yeah, that does look very effective. I might even say the home, since you're covering up both a discard and a fate. Those are the most important actions in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's not really gonna move there that often anyway, I feel like.
That's fair. There's also the ofrenda.
I feel like it's better to cover the bridge than the ofrenda.
Yeah, get rid of the
Because with the
guilty power
ofrenda, he's
action.
gonna gain the power anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Ofrenda was a weird pick for a location. I get why they did it, but
That's his only move actually, by the way, as well. If you don't even realize that,
Yeah.
That is the
Mhm.
only move.
it's good to be covered probably.
yeah, but we'll see how important that is since it's just one top row one.
Yeah, with
Mhm.
Hans, you're probably just gonna cover the mountain. Since
Yeah.
if he's gonna move it, he has to move it to his double player card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Something interesting about the newest boxes is that originally the very first location in a realm was the villain's lair.
Mm.
yeah,
And with ever since, I don't remember, I believe ever since Oogie Boogie, I think, they just placed the lair anywhere.
yeah.
Yes.
Oogie Boogie's kind of the worst offender in that. Because the other common thing was, oh, it's going to be the leftmost location is going to be where we first see them in the movie. Oogie Boogie they let the locations fall where they would. Which like the trio's treehouse is separated from the lair by the graveyard, which okay. But for me it just comes down to, hey, maybe we should pick locations where the villain actually went, which is why I say the ofrenda is a weird leftmost location. But again, while you're doing it, his entire objective revolves around the photo, so it makes sense, just not the most sense.
Yeah, and with Ernesto, I really hate that they stopped doing the layer thing, because especially with Oogie Boogie and Ernesto, you can just flip the realm, the order of the locations, and you have the lair in the very first location. Same with Ernesto, like his home is in the very end of the realm, so you can just change the order of the locations and you get the original order from the very first boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a minor
Yeah.
nitpick. I don't
There's
mind
a
it though.
Nitpicks I have throughout the entire game, even with Prospero Hall. But that's like something I could sit down and write an entire like Tumblr post about. So I don't know. I'll do that later.
Mhm.
Okay, so apart from Success at Any Cost, that very same day we're gonna get another box, and that box is probably the most controversial box in the history of Villainous, even more than Introduction to Evil, which is Darkness Brewing, where we will get a box of 4 villainous witches.
And 3 of them are returning.
Yes. Yeah, returning characters.
We're getting Maleficent, we're getting Ursula, Evil Queen, and finally the only new characters are gonna be the Sanderson sisters.
Yep.
Who are also in their own box later this year in a single expansion, Come We Fly.
Yep.
And of course, just by looking at the promotional images, we have figured out that both Maleficent and Ursula are gonna be the Introduction to Evil versions, or aka the newest editions.
Yes.
However, Evil Queen, we are not quite sure whether she's gonna be the exact same one from the original box or a new revision. And that's what bothers me the most, because in the promotional images we see all the tokens that are gonna come with the game, the cards and stuff, and we do not see Evil Queen's lock token. And as we may remember, in Introduction to Evil, they got rid of all the lock tokens from the characters.
Yep, they got rid of all of them.
To streamline them. So the fact that we don't see a lock token for Evil Queen makes me very worried that she's gonna be a new version, and therefore you're gonna have to get this box just to get that new version of the character.
That's my guess too.
Now, it is possible that they rework Maleficent and Ursula. I don't like that either, but
that would be so weird.
It might be rare. We already had 2 remakes of both Maleficent and Ursula in IOE, or Introduction of Evil. Do we really need another?
Yeah. No, obviously, like, everyone's free to make their own financial decisions, and if this is the way that somebody gets into Villainous, that's wonderful. But like, I'm not judging you, dear listener, if you like this. That is fantastic for you. And now that I've said that, I can bully this box as much as I want.
Yeah, I hate this box because if you get this box, you're absolutely if you get this box as your first box, you're gonna absolutely get repeats of the characters when you try to get your full collection. Or maybe if you only want to get Hades or something like that, you're gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna get Evil Queen again."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. To be nice to this box once. Oh my goodness, the aesthetics are gorgeous. The silhouettes on the cover look amazing. I will say the Sandersons blend in with each other a little bit, but it still looks fantastic.
I freaking love how they did the Sanderson sisters. I was like thinking, okay, they have to do something with these 3. It's either they're gonna do one of them as the Sanderson sisters, just Winifred, and then have Sarah and Mary just like as allies. But no, if you have all 3 of them in there, that actually works. Mainly because like people love all 3 of them.
Oh yeah, they're a unit, and the colors on the movers, fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the one compliment I have for this box.
I have maybe one thing.
Oh?
I am gonna be very happy even if they're changing Evil Queen and you have to buy this box to get her. I will be very happy if they properly nerf her.
I never found Evil Queen to be too horrible of an opponent, just because she is so fate fragile as long as you hit her quick and early. Because she's not going to defeat any more of the dwarfs, so just pull out all 6 of them and then keep hitting her with Doc and Love's First Kiss over and over, and she's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think that's fair. In general, I am just so unhappy with the idea of villains being remade. Now, this could completely be a me issue in terms of, oh, I don't like things that are new or different because that's change and people don't like change. But I think in general, it's more of a, I don't like that you're having to buy this different expansion to get characters you already have. I don't like that we have to clarify who we're talking about when talking about one villain. I don't like that it's, and a lot of the time, like, I didn't really have a problem with Hook or Maleficent or Prince John or Ursula. I'd say I don't really have a problem with anyone in Villainous right now. Maybe Gaston, but like even then, if you know how to play him, you can definitely play him. He can definitely be viable. I just don't love remaking villains when we could be making new ones. But I know that a lot of people feel differently. Even I have to admit that the new Ursula is probably objectively better than the old one. Like, I know that a lot of this is a me issue, but I am against the remakes on principle. It does just feel cash grabby to me. And this in particular, Darkness Brewing, with 2 villains that either have already been remade before, so why are we remaking them again other than they're our most popular? Or why are we just reprinting these villains with the evil queen being this weird up in the air with 4 headliners who are all already headliners? Like, just everything about this box, no matter which way I turn, feels wrong to me.
Yeah.
And
sorry.
No, go on.
Okay, it's kind of weird. Like to me, like I know I don't really like remakes. I would just like a remake probably with Hades, probably or something, or like give me like Jafar or something, or maybe probably like maybe Madam Mim, please. I would definitely like a remake of Madam Mim, probably because. And then
Fade action top row and a discard and move action top row and you're good.
Yeah, but I will say movers. Mwah. Those are the best ones.
If this was
very pretty.
If this was just, hey, we're reprinting a couple of villains with these gorgeous movers, I'd be so down for that. I wouldn't get it, but I'd be like, hey, that's awesome. Like, you do you. There's also the issue of the Sandersons are releasing 3 months early, probably. We don't know how early this is releasing for them. And
the fact that we don't have a release date means that it's gonna be a couple months at least before the Sandersons release on their own.
Yep. And I don't like that I have to either wait 3 months after a lot of other people to get the one new villain coming in this set, or that I have to go and buy this set to get the one new villain, while 3 others are just going to rot in my garage until I throw it away. And, like, obviously, hey, that's the choice we have to make, and I am making the choice to wait, because I do not like Darkness Brewing on principle. And yes, that is my decision. But that is not a decision I should have to make. That is dumb and bad.
Yeah, for me, if Evil Queen is not remade, then I'm definitely not getting this version of the characters. I just wait for the Sandersons to be released alone. However, if Evil Queen is a new version, I'm too much of a completionist to not buy this.
And you're behind the garage anyway, so...
Same. I'm more of a
Okay.
completionist myself. It's like I want to get every single version that is possible for me to get, but also like I want to make sure that there is enough for me to get. Like, okay, you want to choose this person, you want to choose this character. Oh, you want the same character? Well, here's a different version of that. It's like the same, but there are some new rules, there's some new limitations and all that. Will you be okay with it? That's my opinion on that as well.
Yeah, but anyways, let's look at the Sanderson sisters. I want to like go on forward on them pretty much.
Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. That is me for sure.
Oh, they look wonderful. I do wonder if the color is just gonna be the same with Come We Fly. Either way, it's fine. It's a gorgeous color right now. I'm sure whatever one Come We Fly is gonna be good. But their mover looks fantastic. I was a little mixed at first because the giant square looked pretty goofy with the 3 heads coming out. And then I looked closer and realized it was their spell book and was immediately behind it. That is awesome.
Yeah.
I know!
Yeah, it's their book, yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about the mover is that when you look at it from a little bit far away, it looks just like a blob or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't like.
Maybe a little big, but still.
Okay, well, I can actually really read the objective on their board, apparently. I can read it very well in this image I looked up on the promotional image. They have to defeat a hero with the life potion.
Yes, and in the article about it, they did confirm that can be Danny, Allison, or Max. So, are those the only ones you can defeat with the life potion, or are those just 3 options? Danny's wording, though, ugh.
What does it say?
It says, MetaCross, you're gonna love this. While in play, Danny Dennison must be defeated before any other hero.
She's dead. Well, we got a taunter on her hands.
Oh boy.
But taunters are fun. Just, raise them the same since we've been doing it for the past 8 years.
Yeah, just copy and paste. It takes less effort.
You
and it was like
talking about Hocus Pocus being perfect for the game's 10th anniversary when the game is reaching its 8th anniversary.
Anyways, looking at the realm right here, we got Salem Cemetery, the cottage, Salem Town, and the Dennison's house.
Yes, I think that's really natural. Again, I really wish we could just switch the cottage and the cemetery for the sake of the lair being the leftmost location. And I will say that the cottage's art is a little weird. Like,
a little.
It's just a weird shot to use / angle to use. But otherwise, the realm looks great. I love the art style they've gone with in terms of that.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that the cemetery and the cottage are always gonna try to be covered.
Yeah, those are 2 activate actions as well.
Yeah, see that.
Sarah
One activate's going to be covered, yeah.
Yeah, and we know Sarah is a card with an activate action.
Well, considering with how the realm is, there is a good chance that there are only 3 heroes.
I think it'll be probably 4, because he also got to have Binks the cat, but he could be in effect, I guess. That'd be dumb, but it could. 2 other non-normal things. 1 bottom row move action. That's cool. No vanquish action.
No.
Very interesting.
Number 4 with that.
They might have specific cards for that, probably. That's about it.
That's my guess too. If there isn't a vanquish action with some of these characters, then it's like, okay, there's some sort of alt with how they're going to get rid of it. Because it's the same thing with with some of the other characters. Like, what's one character that you can think of that's like, okay, that's not much of a vanquish. It's more on the lines of like a capture in a way. Because I would think of like Cruella, because it's like you're trying to capture the puppies and all that.
I could also say sorry to interrupt, but I could also say that probably heroes are going to block Salem Town because that's their top discard action as well. Because we're seeing a game 3 discard on the cottage, which is kind of funny, cool.
Yeah, it's nice not to have the game 3 next to the bottom fate. Yeah, top row discard, top row fate are probably going to get covered a lot. I'm guessing that activate's going to be super important, though. So.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, the Sanderson sisters are the second live-action villains in the game.
Yeah.
Just like Davy Jones, they went with a comic art style for the card art.
Yeah, I like that I did with it because it really accentuates like each Sanderson sister with like their that specific characteristic. It kind of accentuates them more.
Yeah, I really like how Winifred's like the bones around the eye sockets are like bulging out. It looks great. I do think Sarah maybe looks a little too normal compared to her sisters. I get that
she's also like the prettiest one.
Siren,
like the
but
pretty one.
all the same. Oh yeah, no, Sarah was very important to middle school me. Yeah, but I do wish they let her get a little funkier. I know some people say that they look too cartoony in contrast with other villains. I will say I don't think that's helped by Darkness Brewing. The Evil Queen and Maleficent are two villains who look very realistic in terms of like their facial structure. You know, say giant horns, but
yeah,
especially Evil Queen because since it was the first movie Disney made, animated movie, then at that time the art style for the animations wasn't that wacky. They tried to make them look more like a real I would say.
Yeah, they made them more human-esque. They just like back then, old school animation, they used actors as a reference for these characters, and they had them play out specific like scenes, and like the animators had to be in the same room as them, and like they were watching all of this going on, and they were sketching out, the concept of like, okay, this is what we're gonna do for Evil Queen as she's going to be going down to her secret lair. Here's what we're going to be drawing it as, and then they went with that.
Yeah. I will say, just looking at other villain portraits, they look good next to like Davy Jones, but like they look really good next to Cruella and Gaston and King Candy, and Madame Mim. So I think their photos and their art styles are very good, and they work for me quite a bit.
Anyways, it's kind of like very interesting, that art can like become like this big of a huge like it's like kind of like this giant piece of art that just comes in like literally.
Yeah.
Also, from Sanderson sisters, apparently we get these cool little tokens as well. I can kind of see you from the target promotion. You get a little cauldron as well, the life potion, which is probably, and you get the little life potion recipe cards. I would think they are for them.
We've got a dead man's toe.
So yeah.
And looking from their cards, like their card art, I think that's their cottage at the bottom, that's their face up at the top, and then you have in the middle, I think that's where they fly on, probably.
Their brooms and their vacuum cleaner. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The gradient on their card back is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I know!
And like
very, very nice.
They're finally using more than one color on boards and cards.
Yeah. And they like went with Mary's burgundy for the text, which I think is great. Like for the text boxes and the actions.
Yes. I like that they played with like the color schemes of all three of the sisters in like these card decks, but it's like also play with like the, you know, the looks of like just the setting in general. Because Hocus Pocus is such a cult classic. People are going to be so nitpicky on it.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
But I think it's going to go well.
Oh yeah.
I also like the fact that the pattern with the colors is really asymmetrical and chaotic.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it's
Mhm.
even on the background of the realm.
Yeah.
Like, in between the
I
locations.
wish it was also a bit on the actions, but it's not that big of a deal.
I
Yeah.
get that. You want to be able to see clearly, but yeah, I could definitely do with it being a little bit on the actions. But yeah, no, they look fantastic. To paraphrase Sarah Sanderson, let me play with them.
Nice.
You know.
Looking
In
at
all.
the other realms in this box, you can see that they are the original colors, which means that probably this interesting color selection for the sisters is not an exclusive thing. Like it's just how they're gonna be, even if you buy them separately.
Uh-huh. That's the best thing. If it's going to be exactly how it is, then, like, you know, I'm already sold.
My goodness, they look gorgeous. I also appreciate their dance card, so we don't have to try and copyright I Put a Spell on You.
Dance, dance, dance.
Yeah. On the back of the box, yeah.
And they look really fun.
Mhm.
I also appreciate the Halloween lighting in the background of their villain portrait. I think they're supposed to be at that night party.
Uh-huh.
Oh, goodness, they look good. And again, Sarah is her own card. So are we going to have all three villains as cards? And is that an ally card type?
I'm
My
gonna
guess
guess,
is
yeah.
probably yes, in terms of ally card, but I'm also going to say there will be some in terms of, like, you know, an action card. So it's like if you also get an ally card, you have to draw that specific action that ties in with that ally.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I guess the only item that can be like tied in with these three or with Winifred specifically would be book.
Would be what?
Book.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wonder if that's going to be an item or an ally in its own right. Also, Butchie Butch,
Billy Butcherson.
Billy Butcherson. Thank you. What side of the realm he's going to be on?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah. God, what a weird movie. Like, man, it's good movie. Good movie.
Hocus Pocus is so beloved
That's so
to
classic.
like a lot of people. For also to my family, some of my family members as well.
Yeah, I really like Hocus Pocus, but what did you guys think about Hocus Pocus 2?
Never saw it and never plan to.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just didn't know.
I will sum this up as best as I can, so you guys don't have to subject yourselves to it. It has that same amount of cookiness as the original, but you're putting it in the 21st set. You're putting it in today's era, and it kind of works, but then it kind of doesn't work because you have some scenes with like the Sandersons following the protagonists into what's supposedly like a CVS pharmacy, and they're like they're tricked into thinking like these beauty projects are made from children to make them look younger and all that, and they buy it like completely, which is so funny. I will say that right now, it is so funny. They bring that sort of campiness back in, that cookie campiness back in, and then there are like some moments where it's like, oh, this is just like from the original, or this is just like a new take on what they think might happen. It kind of expands more on the Sanderson sisters and like their lore than what we already know from the first movie.
Yeah.
That
my favorite joke in the second movie is when I don't remember which sister. Well, each sister grabs their brooms, but one of them grabs a Roomba and just flies away in it.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one though. Yeah.
Winifred grabs a broom. I remember this. Winifred grabs the broom. Sarah grabs a Swiffer.
Oh.
Good.
And Mary has a pair of Roombas that she rides, pretty much.
Oh, that delights.
It literally does. It's so much fun.
So what I'm hearing is Hocus Pocus 2 is Hocus Pocus 1's reheated leftovers, but even that's got the same.
A lot of people don't like it too much, you know?
A lot of people don't like it because, like, you know, it's like, oh, we like the original better. This, that kind of...
Of course.
It has a bit of a
Like the characters are not even that good as well.
Yeah. In my opinion, though, when I first saw it, I was like, okay, this is kind of like reintroducing this series to people that haven't heard it, but it's also getting people interested in watching the first movie, to seeing, like, you know, why this is such a cult classic.
That's really sweet. Okay,
Yeah.
I honestly feel a lot better about that now. Thank you. Maybe I'll check it out, but probably not. I've got a lot of things to check out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of depends on like critic brain and like fan brain, but like a lot of people didn't usually like it because of the characters too much sometimes. But like, it definitely depends on the kind of like nostalgia you have. But sometimes it could not be your favorite, you know?
Yeah. I like that they brought back the original actors that were the Sanderson sisters. They brought back
they did brought those back. They were,
and it was it's such a good callback that they did it, and like how they did a whole on retake of like the party scene where they manipulate the people inside. They did something extremely different, but with a different song, and it's in the same timestamp that it starts from the original. So if you look at those two scenes together from that one specific timestamp, you're like, oh, they begin at the exact same time.
Okay, answer me this: do the Sanderson sisters do Fortnite dances?
No,
I don't think
This
so.
is a ripoff.
No, they don't. Luckily, they do not. They do. There's also another scene where they're at this festival in a way, and it's like a street festival or a block festival or something like that. And like, they're trying to like figure out like what is going on, and they realize that one of the village leader from like when they were children was like reincarnated somehow, and they're just like, we have to kill him. We'll worry about the children first. We have to kill him now. So it's like it's going from one to the other.
Yeah.
You're like, what is happening? This is funny, but what is happening?
To be fair, the plot is not exactly what I go to Hocus Pocus to.
Yeah. Which is okay. I mean, You don't have to focus too much on what the plot is in terms of Hocus Pocus, because it's just
on the Hocus Pocus.
You just focus on like, you know, how fun this movie is, and you just focus on how much of a classic, like, you know, Halloween movie is specifically.
Yeah. The Sandersons are fantastic, and they look great in Villainous. I'm really excited to see how they function. My initial...
They really won their place in Villainous.
Yeah.
What's that?
They really won their spot on Villainous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
When I first heard the announcement that it was the Sanderson sisters, not Winifred Sanderson, my first thought that I really did think was going to come true was that they were going to have 3 separate movers, and like maybe, you know, each one could only perform, each one had an action they could perform.
That would have been crazy.
That would be crazy and absolutely complicated, and you'd have to go so hard in the villain guide and probably forget about Ralph's hero medal again to figure it out. But, like, that would have been fun, but I'm very happy to see what they do. I do wonder if, while playing the sisters, you have to, like, compromise. Like, hey, if Sarah's out and you're not at her location, you have to limit the amount of actions you can perform on this turn. Or, something like that. Something to contextualize, hey, we're, deploying the sisters as we are the sisters.
Deploy the witches.
Deploy the witches! Goodness. But,
What
yeah,
I think is very funny about us talking about the movies, Hocus Pocus, is that we talk about the Sanderson sisters as if they were the protagonists.
Oh,
Yes.
they absolutely are.
We don't even mention the actual protagonists.
No,
I
that's the
genuinely
funny thing.
forgot his real name until I saw the article again. Every time I mention Hocus Pocus, I just call him the virgin who lit the candle.
The person who lit the black flame candle.
Yeah, Max
So-
with the candle, yeah.
There's a lot of funny jokes about it. That I think that's the best thing about Hocus Pocus is that there's so many jokes that you easily pick up on and it sticks to you. And I think that's also like in the second movie, the jokes are there as well. But like,
So it's got that same edge.
yes, exactly. That's the best thing. What I'm really excited for is like, okay, with these characters, like, let there be like, if one person is at another, then like you're limited to this. Otherwise, if you have all three of them in one location, then you have full range of it. Like, have that be limited to that number, because when we think of the Sanderson sisters, we think of all three of them together in one place. You can't have them separated in a way.
And I don't love the idea of like, oh, you are the Sanderson sisters mover, but the sisters are your allies. That just doesn't feel good. That makes me feel like I'm playing as the book rather than the sisters. So yeah, no, I am sure that it will deliver, but it is something I am cautiously optimistic about, is the thematics and immersions of the Sanderson sisters in particular.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Hey, something I noticed about this box is that it doesn't seem to come with a power cauldron.
No,
It does not. That's
No.
it's on
That
this,
sucks if they intended this to be a person's first villainous box.
like, okay, I genuinely might have considered buying it if they included a power cauldron and like a little strength cauldron. Because that's one of my biggest things with strength tokens, is there's nowhere to put them. So,
Because
So,
I
like,
have Introduction to Evil, I just use one of the cauldrons for strength tokens.
yeah, that's fair. I just, if I pretend Introduction to Evil isn't real, it can't hurt me. So I have not gotten the cauldron. Yeah. No, I've just stuck with the worst takes it all because I like having Jafar and the Queen of Hearts. And not having duplicate villains, even if they technically play differently.
So, what do you guys think? Do you guys believe that this Evil Queen is gonna be exactly the same as before? Or it's gonna be a new version?
Okay, so
Could
I can see
be.
like minor details, but maybe like the lock location gone, maybe. And we could see, maybe something to do with the ingredients, probably. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it could be the same, but it could be different. Depends on what direction that Ravensburger that is going to, the direction that they're going to go.
It still
Yeah.
says defeat Snow White, but we'll see what happens.
If
Oh, yeah, for
I
From
were
target pressure, yeah.
if I were a betting woman, I would say that it's going to be Introduction to Evil Maleficent, Introduction to Evil Ursula, and the same evil queen we've come to know and, in most cases, love. So I do think that it's just going to be a reprint box. Mike Mulville on Facebook did say that this is going to be, quote, a replacement for Introduction to Evil, which is an odd thing to say.
Okay.
Yeah, they just want people to buy it.
Probably
They're
just ran out
gonna
of
say
copies
whatever.
maybe for I2E, probably.
Yeah.
For me, I have hope that this isn't a new Evil Queen because I believe one of the designers talked about it and said that this box isn't for like the fans that already have the game. This is more for people that go to Target and see, oh look, it's Villainous, it's a big box with all of these witches, and they just buy it. And the kind of people that we probably just buy that box, play it, and that's it. Or maybe get another box and that's it. Not someone that wants to collect every single character.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes me hopeful that it means that this Evil Queen is just a repeat of the old one and not a new version.
Yeah, I could see them doing nothing but removing the lock token and then making it so Snow White can't be defeated until you've played all 4 ingredients. But, like, that's the only thing I can, like, really think of changing without kind of fundamentally changing how the Evil Queen works. Oh, right, make the box a viable card. That's
Yeah.
the only things I can think of to change.
Okay.
Yep. Alrighty.
Yeah, so well, at least the good thing about the introduction to evil villains and maybe this Evil Queen is that they try to rework them but still keep the same number of cards, the same number of copies of each card, so that you can technically play with the old versions if you know the differences within the new cards and the old ones.
Yep.
I appreciate that, so that you don't really need to buy the new versions if you don't want to. You can technically play with the old versions and see this as like a balancing patch or something like that. Because, well, this is a board game. If a character like Madame Mim is OP, you cannot update the game and just automatically have everyone play the new version. You have to release a new version or at least an errata.
Correct.
So I appreciate that.
Like the Villainous online that was official that we could do that with, that'd be really cool, but obviously that's not the case right now. Right now we're playing with the cards we're dealt, and the cards we're dealt are looking more and more similar to 5 dozen eggs.
Yeah.
5 dozen eggs.
Yeah. Okay, I will say, one of the funniest jokes Villainous has made, but I'd like it to be useful.
Okay.
So, to finish talking about Darkness Brewing, which of you would like to buy this box? And, well, you can tell us whether you will buy it if there's a new Evil Queen or if you were gonna buy it just for the nice movers.
I will say, like, I know the Nice Movers are very, very, very great. I will say, I do like to get standards to Zoe, but I'm not really like a fan of the remakes of all blades, but I really, really just want to go for the single box sometimes. But that's my take for me.
In my opinion, like, if it says specifically, like, this expansion is just for people, again, being reintroduced to this game, plus a little something extra for returning players, or is this just for people that have never heard of it but want to try it? Like, this is something they can do. For me personally, I'd rather just get the Come We Fly. But in terms of like, if anybody's asking me, like, hey, I heard of this, is this good? And I would have to say, yeah, if you've never done it before, then I would recommend you starting it out. It has three characters, one from an expansion, two that have just been in like an I2E sort of spiel. So that way you can get kind of used to the play for each character. And then if you want to keep going with it, then you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will think about getting this box if Evil Queen is a new version. If not, then I will definitely not get it, even though, yeah, the movers are nice and stuff. I will just wait for Come We Fly.
Yes.
I would have preferred it if they had released a box like this, with like maybe combining Come We Fly with another 3-character box, maybe the one with the Evil Queen. So that you have 4 characters, and if you get this box, you can just not buy the boxes that include the villains included in this one. So that you don't need to have repeats if you begin by purchasing this box.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for me, I'm not gonna get Darkness Brewing new queen or not. If there's a new queen, I will just be extra insulted. I already feel a little bit bitter, I think is the right word, that I have to wait so long to get the Sandersons. Again, that is my personal choice, but it is not a choice that I'm pleased I have to make. And if somebody is like, hey, I'm thinking about getting into Villainous, and I've seen Darkness Brewing around, is that a good start? I'd say yes, but keep in mind that you will be getting duplicates. So I'd rather recommend you start by getting, the worst takes it all, obviously. Or just, hey, who's your favorite Disney villain? This is the expansion they're in, But if you get it, whatever, that's cool. If it gets you into Villainous, that's cool. There are worse things on this planet. But this is the little corner I inhabit. So I'm dead.
Cool.
That's enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, to finish this podcast, let's just quickly talk about the box art for Come We Fly. What do you guys think about it?
I just love this box art. Oh my gosh.
Let me pull
It
it up.
looks like a little not final, but like I'd say it looks very, very good.
The color scheme for it is like aesthetically beautiful. I love it because it's so haunting. It's so like I'm big into like gothic, like witch gothic kind of colors and vibes and all that. And that's what this gives me. Like I freaking love it. If this is final, then I am forever grateful.
I really like it. I think they did a good job at distinguishing the different silhouettes. They moved Mary's hand out of Sarah's hair. That's nice. And Winifred in particular looks fantastic on this cover.
I know!
I really like the purple and green and red they went with. Again, we have that gradient since we're representing all 3 sisters at once. It's really good box art. I think it's final at this point, but like if not, I don't know how they could improve it. So yeah.
Yeah, I also agree that it's a very nice box art. The Sanderson sisters, although they are very good villains, maybe don't have the most recognizable silhouettes, but the fact that you're putting the 3 characters in front of the box just makes it stand out a bit more.
Exactly.
Winnie's hair really helps. Obviously, Mary's got the most distinct hair, but I think Winnie's hair and hands alone are going to be eye-catching in stores. And if you're even vaguely familiar with Hocus Pocus, the longer you look at it, the more it's going to be, oh shit, those are the Sandersons, which is I just think it's going to be cool. Maybe not as immediately distinguishable as, say, Syndrome or Oogie Boogie, but still absolutely excellent box art.
For sure.
Prefer it over Ernesto, honestly.
Wow.
That's very like
Really?
I like both.
There we go.
I prefer Ernesto, to be honest.
That's fair. I do really like Ernesto actively belting on the front of his own box. And the position his hands are in is also good to me.
Mhm.
I also like his hips. His hips certainly are not lying.
Mhm.
Good on him.
Yep. Yep.
For some receiver, those hips don't lie. I could riff on this today. Let's stop.
Okay.
So you guys have anything else to say about these new boxes?
No.
No. Very excited for Success at Any Cost. Very excited for Come We Fly. Bitter towards Darkness Brewing, but I do not feel like it has killed my family. So, congratulations.
So which character of the 3 new ones are you guys most excited about?
I have a ranking, all 3 of these. Number 1, Sanderson sisters. 2, Ernesto de la Cruz. And then 3, Hans.
I think that's about where I'd rank them too, but all 3 of them look so fun. Hans looks so unique. It's hard to say I'm the most excited for any of them because they all look so good. Like Dog's being an idiot.
I don't know. I feel like I have to put maybe I have to put Ernesto at 1, but Sanderson's they all gonna feel probably interchangeable, I would say, for me.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I gotta place Ernesto on first place. I really like Coco, and I am very interested on how he plays, and especially because his realm has so many player card actions. So I'm looking forward to him. Second will be the Sanderson sisters because they are amazing. I love having a villain that's actually 3 villains in a trench coat.
Yeah.
I love the realm colors, the card backs. I wish we could get them sooner along with Darkness Brewing, but you gotta cash grab, I suppose. And finally, of course, Hans. Not because I don't like how he's gonna play, because I'm actually very interested in him because of his gameplay. I wasn't expecting them to do something this interesting with him. But yeah, Hans is still a villain that I don't care about. I don't like Frozen that much. I like it fine. But Hans is definitely my least favorite villain out of the 3 new ones.
Also, my buddy, just give him the quote. Just put it in the guide. You can put it in last minute while it's printing. It's okay.
Yeah.
It'll do it.
So, thank you everyone for listening to this Plotcast. Thank you for listening, and thank you guys for joining us in this discussion. I really enjoyed recording this podcast, and I am looking forward for the new boxes.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
See you later.
Go on. Be wicked.
Do.